Good morning. It's July 6th and it is 1 week post hysterectomy. So last Tuesday I had the hysterectomy and everything went well, went according to plan. The doctor got the deposits and one of them, which was in the lining area of the stomach, he just peeled right off. I don't know how that happens. then then the other in the bowel, he just took that one right out of there, and he did a little swabbing on my my lymph nodes, and he is sending that off to be tested. Fortunately, this doesn't travel through the lymph nodes, so I'm sure that one will be like no big deal. But then he took out my all my girl parts, and so it all went well, uneventful, and he came in later to talk to us and told us it was stage 4. It's a little scary to hear that. But he said it was a slight stage 4, not a big scary stage 4, so don't worry about it, because it was outside of my uterus. He has to call it a stage 4. And it went a little further than stage 3, so he has to call it a stage 4. Anyway, it's all gone, so it's gone now, but you know, it travels in the blood system, so it can come back at any time. So some funny things that happened along the way. The guy that came in to put the epidural in had no problem doing that, and then a few days later they were taking it out, and the guy that was taking it out, the doctor that was taking it out, called in the nurses and says he's taking this epidural out and he'd like to show them how it's done. And so there were about 6 or 7 nurses around watching. And he was talking to them, saying, I'm going to pull this out until I see the little bit of blue that's at the end of the tubing. And one girl says, well, what if you don't find the blue? What if the blue doesn't come out? And then the other nurse says, well, then you just scream. And I was like, that's my job. You guys, that's my job. Anyway, it was funny, but they took it out, uneventful. I didn't feel it because, you know, it was pretty numb. Felt good to be numb. So I gave them all their little Mickey Mouse bottle opener keys, and I was giving them to nurses along the way and people who were doing things for me, and so it was sort of a nice give back to them. Anyway, they took it out on Friday morning, but they told me they were going to take it out Thursday night. So I was very anxious about the whole thing, but they never came Thursday night. So finally they came Friday and did it, and I was then worried, well, how long will this last? Because we have like a 3-hour trip home. It's usually about 2.5 hours, but with pulling the camper, I figured it's going to be about 3. And he said, well, it typically lasts up to 6 hours. I'm like, oh, great. So 1 o'clock it's going to wear off, because they took it out somewhere around 7 or so. And so I took one oxy as we got in the car, and left. And I slept pretty well. So I rested the whole way home, and it was a nice, relaxing trip. So all of that went well. And now I've been home for a few days and recovering. We got home Friday afternoon. And poor James, he's just been doing everything for me. He's been doing everything. He's doing a lot of cooking. And today he took a friend up to see an eye doctor up in Gainesville. But that's just who he is. He enjoys being able to do things for people, and so I am not gonna damage his joy. So he's been doing a lot for me, and I'm just thankful, very grateful for him. Everything else is going well. It hurts when I laugh. It hurts when I cough. It hurts when I blow my nose. So I can only, you know, catch it as it's running. But I did a little better today. And actually, I got up pretty early and took a shower, got dressed, and I keep thinking, okay, if I feel better on the outside, maybe my insides will feel a little bit better. And it did for a little bit. We have allergies around here. I do. Anyway, it seems that the laughing has gotten a little easier today, so it doesn't hurt as bad. I did come home with a little surprise, and now I'm sitting on a donut. I never thought I'd need a donut to sit on, but I do. So I have a little bed sore. Apparently, with the epidural, everything is numb down there, and so I had been sitting repeatedly on some folded stuff or something, or I don't know. Anyway, my bum is sore, and my bum needed a donut this morning. So anyway, everything went okay. I'm looking forward to moving on. Our next appointment is August 3rd, and that's just for my pre-op or my post-op appointment, just to check up and all that. Anyway, the doctor had told James that we would be coming for adjuvant therapies, which would include radiation and chemotherapy, and that that'll probably be for a few weeks. We thought it would start around the 3rd of August, so we're waiting to hear if the scheduling is happening or whatever. Anyway, he says he has to, the doctor, as he came in after the operation, and he said they'll be reporting all of this to the tumor board. Who knew they had a tumor board, right? I didn't know they had a tumor board. Anyway, the tumor board, who will then, they'll as a group, will talk about adjuvant therapies and what sorts of things need to happen now. So we go from here. Don't know anything yet. It seems like that's just how it's going to go. You know, I'm sure I'll be going in for scans probably before my checkup, because that's what I'll be doing now for every 2 or 3 months, is going in for scans, trying to see if there's any more, and taking care of it as it comes along. And I'm just so thankful that this has turned out this way, because you don't know how many women go in for hysterectomies because of fibroids or whatever, and they do the hysterectomy and then they find out they have leiomyosarcoma, and it's much, much harder at that point, because the way they do those hysterectomies can sometimes cause more cancer. Anyway, I'm just so thankful that my doctors were right on top of this, and how things happened at Mayo. It has been a whirlwind, and so many things happening so fast. But I'm just so thankful that they were on it. You know, that Mayo Clinic took less than 24 hours to discuss my case and get me in. And I'm just so thankful for that. So as we move forward, I'm sure every day will be a challenge. Hopefully a little less as I heal. But we'll go from there. And I'm very hopeful, and I'm very thankful for all of your support and all your good wishes and prayers. They just mean all the difference to me, because I'll tell you, whenever I feel like I'm down, I go read your comments, or I go read the messages you left, or the cards. I got some flowers this week, and it's just been lovely. But your messages of care and concern and support and encouragement really, really help. So thank you for all of that. Okay. So I guess I'll talk to you soon. It's been a rough week, but it's looking up now. So now that we have a hurricane coming, probably not a hurricane, maybe a strong tropical storm. But anyway, I'm gonna get better. That's my job. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.